Hey, what's up guys, KSO here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we'll be going through Guns of Life Expert Solo on Speedrun. I want to give a special thanks to one of my viewers here that suggested using this method to clear the map on solo quicker. So I've tested it quite a number of times. In the future I'll add my failure compilation of some of the maps that I do to develop these strategies. This is the final deck that I think has the highest chance of success. If nothing goes wrong, you can do this speedrun in under 10 minutes, but 90% of the time it will be under 12 minutes instead. The more you do, the more you can get it at around 11 minutes, but it's very difficult to hit below 10 minutes as the timing of when you activate the ability must be correct. So I'll be showing you two different decks, one budget and one the slightly faster but a bit pricier deck, and I will show you the difference. I'll show you when is the difference between if I'm using the budget or the non-budget deck at the top left. If I did not indicate that, means that both of the steps would be the same. For this video I will also be showing you guys how I place my buildings and showing you guys how I do my runs for this map. So you'll be watching me commentate as I play, and I hope this would give you a better perspective of how to finish or how do you block the twilight waves at the start. So without further ado, let's start this game. So first summon is Scavenger and bring down the dwarves, the wall dwarves, so they can pass through. Bring it back up. Let your Scavenger hide here until the Twilight Fighters come. And this rock marking would be where you want your Scavenger to be placed to summon the Sunstriders before it can basically the limit before it can die. You want to kill off your Scavenger and not kill the Twilight Fighters. This is because if you kill the Twilight Fighters, they will spawn back and interrupt and can destroy your buildings that you have blocked. So you don't want that to happen. As you can see, I have placed my top left building first to ensure that it is at the most corner. Now I will summon the Scavenger down to collect the wells.
Hurry, clear the engineer's path.
Alright, let's wait for 100 power. Once it's 100 power, collect your well. Quickly place this Scavenger down to the bottom here. But a safer bet would be placing it here, so I'll be placing it here so that you'll be guaranteed that your Scavenger won't die from the Twilight Waves, the Slavers and the Brutes. So summon another Scavenger. This will be the one that goes to get your second orb. And you want to micromanage this to quickly kill it off, so I have it on number 1 now. At the same time, if you want to get back more power, you should build your well as soon as it's available at 100 power. You want to avoid getting hit by the Twilight Brutes and go by the bottom. In this way, it will attract the Twilight Archers later and prevent your Scavenger from getting too much damage. Alright, you want to queue it now?
Clear the engineer's path.
Alright, so the twilight wave has passed, and let's get on down to build the blocking buildings.
Clear the engineer's path.
Build all your wells first to maximize the power gain later on in the game. Alright, for the bottom one, I will use the bottom right as the marking so that I will know that it is at the most bottom. Lastly, the firebomb. You can actually see if it's stuck to the corner, so sometimes you might want to rotate the building. You do this by pressing Control on the keyboard and mouse scrolling, middle scrolling your mouse. You can move the direction of your buildings like this to get the most optimal, to make sure that the building is to the extreme end of the map. So 150 power, you build a frost orb. Yeah, you have to kill the twilight minions and kill your scavenger for void power. You want to clear the twilight minions as you want to build a construction hut here later on in the game.
Hurry. Clear the engineer's path.
So build a scavenger. You don't have to build your second orb first. You can clear the camps below here first. So you don't want to attract the twilight archers, so make sure that you are within range to put your mine. Place 2 mines to clear off the army here. Alright, once you put 2 mines, attract the enemy forces and make a run back.
Clear the engineer's path.
Actually, you can just kill these ghost spears or the pikemen. Prepare to build your third orb into the game. I have the Sky Fire Drake. To get my third orb, and make sure you go by the bottom side, as you will not attract too much of the twilight slayers.
To your base.
Yes. Because there will be 2 of the twilight archers, so you don't want to attract both of them at once.
Hurry.
The second one, and use the ravage to heal your Skyfire Drake.
Is under attack.
As you can see, your power is under attack, and just self-destruct your firebomb to kill the twilight fighters. It's quite a simple run. Don't worry, your power wells won't be destroyed from these few twilight fighters.
Hurry.
Wait for my power to be up to build my third orb. Alright, my turtle is up. Yeah, you don't have to kill the spearman, but I will just... Oh yes, your walls are gonna get destroyed. So build one Mockery trap here. It's, because it's higher, it has higher damage as compared to the firebomb, so you want to build the Mockery trap. Once it is almost complete, you can destroy your walls for void power and use the self-destruct ability. All killed. Alright, build a fire up here. Then make a run back down to kill the Twilight minions. Spawn a Scavenger at the bottom to build a construction hut. Make sure that you do not build where your voodoo sack will be placed to destroy the Twilight manifestation. So you can do this by estimating where is your voodoo sack be and build the construction hut. And kill your Scavenger. You have to kill off the Twilight minions as well. Right, so then build a voodoo sack at the top. Here we do, and kill off your Scavenger. Now the bottom is done for construction hut, build a voodoo sack. And wait for the power to reach 260 to build your infernal machine. You want your infernal machine to have a purple affinity. Your enemy's attacks will be reduced by 50% when they target your structures. I tried it with the fire, even though the fire affinity does more damage, but the buildings cannot last as long, thus they ended up getting destroyed fairly quickly. So use the Twilight Negation's circle of anti-magic to build your ice barrier. It will be a very good gauge marking to build around the fortress that you have. Micromanage your voodoo sacks and your infernal machine. Do the same thing for the bottom. 5 ice barriers. Yes. Then you can micromanage and destroy the manifestation buildings. Build more clay trap in case Twilight will pass through during the final wave, which is almost 90% of the time that it will happen. It's not a perfect thing. It's not a perfect strategy. Yeah. So the timing here is important to kill the Twilight. Yeah. When Moon says launching a final attack, you can actually activate your infernal machine to kill off the Twilight units. You can see there is still quite a number of them left. This is why you have eruption in your deck. The top as well. Yeah, one more clay blast can do the trick. This is why I use Silver Witnesses, as they have more health, can tank the damage from the Twilight Dragon for a few hits. So you want to use the Explosion Blast, if not, it won't be in range to kill the Twilight Dragon. Alright, that's down. Left with the bottom. Now as you can see, if everything went according to plan, it will be under 10 minutes. But usually it will go over, as you can't kill off all the Twilight. So just get the eruption going. Alright. Just keep erupting and you win the game by killing off the Twilight Dragons. Yeah, and that's the way to do it. Speedrun on expert. In the middle where you place the mines, that is the non-budget deck. For the budget deck, you'll be using Skyfire Drakes instead, and I will insert the additional footage in the video. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and do click the subscribe button if you have enjoyed this video.